Game on, qualifier number 8 starts off with Infernal Shrines, best of 1 in the first round, and we're heading into the qualifier. And this is an important match, the three-legged cat and the chili donuts. These two teams are currently battling for a slot in the top 4. Now, the donuts have not participated in every single qualifier so far. The cats, they've done very well, and they've also been diligent about participating in as many qualifiers as they possibly could. So currently they have the better position in the ranking, which matters for the playoffs. Again, you're not familiar with the setup of the X Cup series. We have 10 qualifiers. During those qualifiers, you gather points by getting as far as possible within the tournament bracket. Those points get accumulated throughout all the qualifiers. At the end of the qualifiers, there is a ranking that's created, and the top 8 in the ranking make it to the playoffs, where the players play for 4,000 euros of prize money. So that's pretty much how the entire system works. And we're already in qualifier number 8, so there's not that many qualifiers left to get extra points. And at this point, the donuts, they really want to make sure that they're establishing themselves in the top 4 out of those top 8, because if you're making it into the top 4, you have a much better position within the playoff bracket and a much easier bracket therefore. So there's a big battle going on. There's also a very big battle going on at the bottom of those standings, because there's currently several teams that are still trying to get into the top 8 and try to make a play. So there's a lot going on right now in those last qualifiers, and they're going to be pretty hyped. Right now, we got the three-legged cat with quite a lot of ambition. The donuts could, with the victory here, already shut down one of their major competitors and establish a healthy buffer towards teams that try to attack them in the top 4. So this is an important one for them. But for them, it would of course be really nice if they could even go a little bit further in the tournament. They find themselves in a pretty difficult tournament bracket though. But again, we're going to go through all of this in the upcoming matches. For now, important part is Infernal Shrines is a best of 1. We got our JoJo pick for... Oh, we have a really nice double pick for the donuts. Oof. Rhaegar as a first pick is definitely not shabby, but Stukov Johanna on Infernal Shrines. Ooh. Oh my... I think Glauber is going to have to change his pants after this draft. What's happening here? That is amazing. Johanna was always good on Infernal Shrines, and lately she is even better. So now we got Stukov for the extra control. It's about as good as it gets for an early double pick. Now, the three-legged cat, they get their hogger, and we have Hanzo. Hanzo was always a great pick here. I mean, even in the days of HGC back then, Dignitas, for example, they love to first pick Hanzo on Infernal Shrines. I really like that start into the draft. But well, here comes the Diablo ban. So of course a lot of corners where you can use Diablo to get multiple stuns in, and sometimes even more or less one-shot somebody. Maiev gets banned as well. They're trying to target Rutsu a little bit. Mephisto banned against Mako, of course. Mako loves to play his Mephisto here. Another map where he played him quite regularly is Volskaya Foundry, which is currently not in the pool here. Thank God for that. And, well, let's see what else they got. Side laner. Do we get a Blaze's ban? Could it be Leoric? And there he is. Leo gets taken, and we got Taika. So we have a fantastic lineup for them right now. The Johanna and Stukov rotation early on was incredible. It's super powerful. Normally you don't get both of them on a map like this, and Tychus with Odin is obviously one of the biggest assets that he could possibly get on this map. Leoric, great for the rotation between the middle and the top, and also very good to trade on a shrine. If you can draw aggro with him and he gets killed, the opponent exchanges a couple of cooldowns in the early game, he can really help you because he respawns in the fight again. Now the Haka is also a great pick, and he allows you later on to control the lanes a bit better if the game opens up and forts are taken down. So yeah, and here comes Muradin. Yeah, Muradin for the front line. Not really your normal pick here. Doesn't mean that he's bad or anything, but you have to be a bit careful when you're playing on the shrine, because those storm bolts, you really need to hit home, and with all of the minions shirking around, it's sometimes a bit of a problem. Last pick, Falstad, so they can still shift things around here, but with Falstaff they can also counter the Haka a bit and can play around that. So we have a really nice draft, especially for the donuts, as we're heading into game number 1, everybody. Best of 1 is already mentioned. Infernal Shrines is the map. Let's go. First map here at the X Cup Winter Qualifier number 8. Game on! We are on Infernal Shrines, as mentioned, best of one in the first round of the qualifier tournament today. On the left side, the Cats with Dracula and Hanzo. We got Hirath on Hogger, and Johan on Muradin. Hornio is playing the Haka today for the blue team, and we got Captain Rex on Rhaegar. And on the right side of the map, Make with Falstad. I swapped it over. We got Chili Donuts with Skok on Leoric, Banana H on Tychus, Rutsu on Stukov, and Lauber is playing Johanna. Yeah, the Haka is already splitting off towards the top, and the same is true for Leo. Seems like they're not necessarily interested in a 5v5. But Hornio is sneaking his way back in, and they are playing it super safe. What's happening to the Donuts? Look at them. They're actually cautious here. No YOLO into the mid lane. No Lauber dying instantly. That, by the way, hasn't really happened as much anymore, has it now? There was a time when you knew something was definitely wrong when Lauber didn't YOLO into the first fight and die a painful death. But these days, he's a bit more cautious and a lot safer when it comes to his plays. So, not too bad. But yeah, down to the bottom of the map. Hirath on Hogger. He needs to get the way out here. The rotation for the red team has now started. Trying to control the minion waves. On level 1, we got Consume Vitality for Leo. And Muradin has to be careful against our boy Tychus. That trait can become pretty brutal if you have the dwarf at the front. So yeah, there's that. But then again, outside of it, we have pretty much standard talents. We have also for Muradin the third wind here as his opener. Top side, of course, the Hark against Leo. And down here, Lauber, still Gucci. But Banana H, that's actually kind of interesting seeing him on Tychus here, is pretty cool. Rutsu is the one playing Stukov, so there's definitely a little bit of roll swapperinos going around right now. It's just kind of weird though. Rutsu on Stukov is like, alright. That's definitely not what you normally expect. But also Banana H playing Tychus here is going to be a little bit wild. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see what happens with that. That little roll swap, how it's going to work out for them. We now got our top side. Again, Leo already pressuring this out. Skok is so far not in any trouble here. And again, keep in mind that for the first objective, he's going to be absolutely crucial. Because him dying on objective number 1 doesn't really have that big of an impact. If he can draw cooldowns from the other team and then dies, that's totally worth it. Especially if he can trade for another kill, since he will spawn on the shrine again within just a couple of seconds. And of course, for both of the teams, it's going to be important to try and get level 7 talents as quickly as they can. Master Assassin, one of the standard talents here for Tychus on his level 4. It's all about the passive. For Odin, we got also Hammer Gains, and we have Neil Peasants now for Leo. And as we're starting to go into objective number 1, spawn in the mid lane by the way, both teams have now their first heroes over at the Shaman camp. It's true for the Donuts and the Cats. Level 4 gives us in this case also the Reverberation, so the extra damage for the time being. And no kills just yet. Actually, very little in terms of fighting in general. Haven't really seen a whole lot. Maka at the bot lane was a bit harassed, but that's about it. The two globals are likely going to be the one that are trying to get the experience to level 7. But the shrine is already starting, and as long as nobody has the talent, they're still going to poke this out a bit here. So that's exactly what we are currently waiting for. Leo is already positioning himself. Keep also that top lane in mind, because yep, there we got the camp, and they're trying to take this one down as quickly as they can. And this looks pretty good for the red team. With Johanna destroying the extra wave, that was important. Now they're making the play for the middle, and they're closing in on level 7 talents too, but the blue team is rushing it a bit. They are falling behind on the minion stacks then again, so that's not good news. And the Hakan Falstad will soon make an appearance in the middle to join the fun here. Yeah, they try to go for a Skog, but he dodges out on everything. 26 to 22. There's the level 7 for the red team. They have quite the buffer here, so that's a window that could definitely be utilized. Already we got them in with the melting point. They're making the play now, but the blue team is far ahead on the minion stacks, but they're also about to lose Rhaegar. Down goes the doggy, but they should still be able to get the Punisher, and yes, they do. Bigger question is, can we maybe get even another kill? But the drag on Rutsu, and that should be... Yeah. Oh, are you serious? 40 HP for Muradin as he gets away. And in the meantime, Banana H and Lauba are both in trouble. Especially Banana H is a bit low, but dodges once. Can't dodge twice, though. Sad moment for him. Was so close to escaping. And as all of this plays out, we have in the mid lane the push with the Punisher. The entire wall is already gone. And the cats are doing well. They are getting the first fort with the first objective, guys. Now I have to stress this again. This is a really important match for both of these teams. If the Donuts lose here today, then they are losing points to a direct competitor because the cats will put farther ahead. Obviously, the team that is winning this series might have a tough time in the next round because there is a big probability that they would face off against Team Wah. But still, making it into that one extra round gives you additional points. So that's actually quite important now for both of them here. And if the cats take this one, whew, then the Donuts are in for a rough time in the last two qualifiers because then they are forced to perform pretty well to establish the top 4 position for the playoffs. But here comes the Haka, the blue team. They're not only happy with the first objective, they want to get a little bit more out of this. Lauba is isolated and he's in trouble. But they cannot close the gap and take him down. He's incredibly low, but he's still able to get away. And that allows the top to get value, because now we have Falstead and Leo starting to come in here with even more pressure, and they are about to take that fort down a notch. They're getting already pinged. The Haka, he misses it, and Leo can ghost away. Isolation has only hit him, but still, that was a nice escape. The early level 10 talent hasn't really helped the cats. So this is a small window that they opened for themselves, but they couldn't use it. We're hoping to get a kill, and that just didn't work out for them. By now, we have Ancestral Healing, we have the Shockwave, we get with level 10 abilities also finally access to Odin, which is going to be a huge asset for Banana H on his Tychus during the next objective. And the Falling Sword for Lauba as so often. The big shove from Stukov. And the only one that hasn't made a play yet is Hanzo. There we go, Meme Strike, baby! Yeah, they're going for the Meme Strike here, trying to zone them out in the upcoming fights. The Haka gets a little bit caught, and I think he should be able to get away here. But still, that is going to force him back, and who knows, has to tap the fountain too. Bit of a fight at the bottom of the map. He couldn't get the kill at the top, but he had the pop essence, and he also had to use the fountain. So that's a double that they just hit here. Next objective should soon be announced, and then the party starts for real, won't it? By now, we have on the damage numbers 17,000 for for Tychus. We have 16,000 for Hogger, same as Hanzo. And they're going for Murden again. He was actually the one trying to zone them out a little bit, also get some scouting information as he was waiting in the bush there. But Skok also connected the drain. Now it's all about the camp again. Yeah, and then the real party starts, because that fort at the bottom of the map, they're still both standing. This one still has its entire wall intact. Over here, half of it is gone, but the fountain's obviously still in play. And that means we're going to see a very even battle over the objective. The two globals have made their way to the top to take some extra minions down before they engage towards the bot lane. And that's going to be an interesting game now, because now we have Odin. Now we got Odin, now we got all of the rogue abilities, and that changes the equation a little bit. Also with Hanzo, obviously, now having the ability to zone them out quite heavily here. Doesn't go for the arrow, though, and that's something that you can oftentimes use against Stukov once he starts using Lurking Arm, as long as you got a good angle on him, to stun him out and then try and collapse onto him with the rest of the team. But here they come again, making the play. The red team with the lead on the minions for the shrine. They are making the move with Odin, popping that early at the 20. And here comes the drag attempt and the arrow. Leo is down. Hanzo pops his ult and they get the kill, but Leoric will be back to business. And the blue team is starting to take over again. They were behind, but they're pulling ahead here, already sitting at 32, and they have the earlier level 13 talent to boot. That's a great position for them. And they get another objective, and they're looking for more kills, but they're losing Murden. Murden is down, the dwarf is gone, but at least they got the Punisher. Okay, so once again, it's the cats that show their claws in the fight, and they have a Punisher to go for the bottom fort. They're lacking their main tank. That's a problem. And he has 13 versus 13. But they're still pulling ahead a bit. And the Haka is now pushing the top with the cap that they still have in play there. So they might be able to take the fort down. This is a Frozen Punisher after all, and these bad boys are tough. And Lauber experiences that firsthand. He nearly dies to it. Has his iron skin back up and makes the play with it. But yes, this is definitely starting to become a problem for the blue team. So right now, 2-4. One fort is destroyed. The fort at the bot lane is nearly down, and the one at the top has also taken damage. So the situation is not hopeless for the Donuts, and they're of course a team that in the late game could shine with the experience that they have and some nice plays. But for now, the Cats are pulling slowly but steadily ahead. They're just doing better on the objective. They got 3 kills to 2. They're doing a great job in the objective battles. And by now, we have them with solid damage on Hogger and Hanzo both. And Muradin isn't looking too shabby either. 16,000 for the main tank. That's not bad. Jojo's a little bit stronger at this point. Just a bit more AoE that she can offer here. But definitely interesting fights between the two of them. And a very, very close game. I gotta say that the Cats this season, they really surprise. It's a pleasant surprise to see a team that you didn't really have on your radar before. It is all of a sudden doing this well here. The players, obviously, a lot of them we've already seen in other teams previously. Level 16, that's next in line. Yeah, Dehaka at the top. Not able to connect the drag with Marker. That might put the birdie in a bit of an awkward spot. But we'll see. Full paladin build on Lauber here. Good old Diablo 2 times. But yeah, either way. By now we have, by the way, also the Wellspring, so full focus into the Totem build, not going for the synergy with the level 4 talent here. And at the bottom, they're already, after they destroyed the second fort, escorting this down. Now, Dehaka is trying to get away, and he will, but the fort falls. So it's still... it's a pretty good shove that he got here, so that one definitely hurt. Fight still continues at the top though, so they're not giving up on this yet. Bot lane, keep that in mind. The Ancestral, oh my god, pitch perfect. Herath is still alive, and now the fight starts to turn against the red team. They're going for Lauber, and Marke had to come in with the Mighty Gust to cover the retreat, but Dehaka gets the drag on Jojo, and she jumps out! Can he survive? No, he can't. There's no way. Lauber is down, and they go for Banana Age on Tychus. He's low, perhaps the Fountain, but Leo dies too. Tychus is dead. It's an easy triple kill here all of a sudden for the Cats. The bot lane is still pressured. Now they're trying to make a play for Rutsu. He's surrounded and dies, and now they can go for another fort. The objective is spawning 2 at the bottom of the map. I mean, the water, the keep is taking damage here. Obviously, they already could rely on level 16 talents during that battle, and the Cats are pulling massively ahead now. Even with the additional talent now for the Donuts, this is starting to become a mad situation. A camp gets stolen away, they push for the top, they try to damage the wall here as well, and the objective is of course now up, and already we're getting Hogger in position for it. Big problem for the Donuts now. They are getting eaten by the Cats right at this point. Yeah, the Donuts turn into cat food, and Marke has to try and recover with his team. He's now sitting at the bot lane, playing this as best he can with the global. And in the middle of the map, we got a Skork pushing the lane out. They got their level 16, but they're giving up on the objective. They're not even trying. They needed to get everybody just back to business. They had not enough time to move to the top lane as a 5-man and contest the objective. So here comes the Punisher once again. Dehaka is still at the bottom. And at least for now, that role swap has not really worked out for Banana Age and Rutsu. So here we go. They're starting to make the play again. Odin gets used immediately for the defense as the wall falls. If they can take a keep here, that would be an utter disaster. Falset is still playing with Dehaka at the bot lane, but up here at the top, that's where the Punisher falls down to 30% HP, but they look for the kills. Here comes Hanzo again with his ult. Murden jumps out, gust into the wall. Didn't work out for them, but at least gave them a bit more breathing room, as they can prevent the keep from falling. And the Cats, while they apply a lot of pressure, were not able yet to take the keep itself. Okay, good defense. Well done. Again, keep took damage, but it's still there. It's not low enough for the blue team to make a move for it. But with 7 kills to 5, you can obviously see that the elite experience is pretty significant. And that means that level 20 should be there quite early. And of course, they're dominating the map right now. They're moving from one camp to another, trying to paint the map blue. Doing a great job at that. Johan over here is just having a little bit of fun with his Bronzebeard at range and just burning everything to a crisp on the minion side. Hogger is getting the camp on the left. Down at the bottom of the map, we got Rhaegar and Hanzo working in tandem. Yeah, and level 20 talents are about to drop. And then we got the cooldown reduction for Hanzo. This is getting really problematic for the Donuts. As you go into this game, this is definitely one of those matches where you're looking at it and saying like, yeah, the Cats did well this season, but let's be honest, they're going to lose this one. The Donuts are now going in for real. And then this game happens. So yeah, we're definitely not there yet. And Leo's about to die. Leo goes down. They got level 20. Are they hoping to get kills here? Tychus has also fallen. Tychus is down. Falstad escapes, but now they can push the top lane with the 5 versus 3s. Guys, the Donuts are getting shit on here. The Cats, they're taking a dump on them. And it doesn't look good. Not even a little bit. They're still more than a level behind. The next objective in the middle of the map this time. We're talking Frozen Punisher. And over here, they can get the keep. It's 10 seconds for Leo. They can push in with another minion wave. Without it, it doesn't really matter. As long as they burn this down and poke from afar, this keep is gone. And that's exactly what Hogger is already doing. They know that they need it, and here come the hits, one after another, and goodbye Keep. Keep is gone. Red team tries to re-engage, but they don't have Tychus. Muradin is immediately zoning, and they get the stun, and that is a kill. The drag on Leo. And the cooldown reduction, obviously, for Hanzo is now in full play. So he has his ult nearly back already after just using it a second ago. They're moving into the middle, and this is just murderous. They're pressuring. With Leo dying, even with Tychus being back to business, they could start to pressure even more. Objective gets announced. Keep in mind, that's a Frozen Punisher. Half a level, 30 seconds, that's possible. There's a minion wave at the bottom that they can take in a little bit. There's also the double wave at the top. If they grab both, they should be able to get to 20. But boy, do they need to step it up now. They really do. Huge problem now for the Donuts. The level 20s are strong though. They got very strong level 20s. They can play within Tomb, the Buried Alive. They also have the big red button, and they have, of course, the upgrade for Jojo, which is a game changer. So this is the fight right here, right now. 10 kills to 2. They need to step up their game, and it has to happen right away. There's the isolation play, and there's the kill. Beautiful engage. Muradin is in, but they did exactly what they needed to. Quick Buried Alive and the Gust. And that gives them an isolated Hogger that they can immediately take down. And of course, here comes the move. Again, the ult from Hanzo. They're trying to go for Leoric, and they should be able to take him down here. Skog is low, and he indeed bites the dust. Here comes Lauber again as they're going for the Haka, and Sestral keeps him alive together with the Essence. Great play from Rhaegar and the Haka. They barely made it happen, but it worked out for them. The fight's still ongoing though, and we're now looking at the first victory on an objective for the Donuts. They try to turn it around here. Up to this point, they've taken a single fort. One fort, nothing else. And now they're making the play again here in the middle. Off we go. Big ults for the Donuts on 20, and they are using them to finally get some value here. But what can they do with it? They can maybe take the fort here, but can they really accomplish more? I doubt it. Well, if they can get kills, they definitely can. But the Haka is still alive. Leo is low again. Good bait over the wall. No problems for them. That fort is, at the end of the day, all that they can get. Gust again. Gust once again into the Buried Alive, but this time the isolation isn't strong enough to help them here. The Haka tries to cut them off. They know exactly where it is, and he misses his ult. The Haka misses his ult and his life. Good ult from Hanzo again, but it's not good enough. And they get the kills. Muradin uses the rewind to jump back out. Hogger is down, so is the Haka. And all of a sudden, the Cats are starting to fall apart a bit. Now, we have catapults at the core, and as you can see here, the core is losing a couple of points even. We're down to 96. And even the keep is getting attacked here. So this game is definitely not over, even though that the Donuts are getting a bit more momentum now. But boy, what a finish. The Cats have to take a deep breath here. They really got to. They need to get their 5-man back onto the map and then play around these level 20 talents. Because they're absolutely incredible right now. So the core, 96%. Those 4% don't matter, but they show clearly that the catapults already start hurting them. Johan has to be very cautious. If you get caught at this point and die, that might be game. So that can't happen. And there's a big push in the middle. We're talking about a double Khaldor camp, catapults, and the 5-man. And that keep is not looking too good. So immediately they start zoning. But here comes the big red button. They want this one. But Orga, with all of his clear, he's trying. Entomb misses this time, though. Skok misses the Entomb. But the keep is dropping lower and lower, and Odin wants it, and they are gonna get it. He can easily take it down now. Banana Age is able to eliminate it. And the blue team is making their move. The blue team is making their move. Do they hit the ult this time? There's the isolation, the contagion. It's in as they're trying to lock someone in. And the ult of Hanzo is completely going into empty space. I mean, he's playing in an A arrow with a dragon thingy. So that didn't work for them. One keep down on each side. Next shrine up at the top lane. The Donuts with a lot of momentum all of a sudden. Right now, they are in a position where they are starting to control things here. They're still behind in kills, but again, they get the kills when they matter the most in the late game. At this point, the next team that gets a kill might win it all. If you can isolate and get one kill, no matter who, then we might see a snowball from there on. Being into the objective, being it through towards the core, it's dangerous at this point. 50 stacks on the frequent flyer. And, well, we got 84,000 damage for Hanzo, 67,000 for Tychus. The two of them battling hard. Falset, by the way, with 66k is not too bad. It's actually pretty good. Marke nearly matching Tychus in this game. But yeah, they need good isolation with Hanzo. Hanzo's ult can be very impactful if you use it as a great zoning tool and you're able to drive a wedge, for example, between the 5-man of the opponent. But so far, we haven't really seen too many good ones. We saw an excellent one the first time that he was able to drop it on the objective, got a kill with it. But now they are late to the party at the top, and this is the fight that matters. Who's going to take it? They're trying to play with vision a bit, but the minions obviously see all of it. They're checking the bush. They're checking everything, but they're already falling farther and farther behind. The Haka is escorting the waves down here, so the bottom keep is gonna run into trouble very quickly. The Donuts need to be aware of this, but they're also pulling farther and farther ahead of the objective. And I'm not quite sure what the strategy is for the blue team. It seems that they're letting this one go. They're just trying to escort the Haka down to the bot lane to keep and core, I suppose. The Haka is coming into the fight now, and the objective is already in. The Haka is there. I don't understand the strategy here. Now they have to fight against the objective too. And Muradin dies. That brain fart might just cost them the game here. They fight way too late and now they get completely murdered. I don't understand. I honestly don't understand what happened. If they want to fight, they have to fight earlier than this. They fought so late that the objective was already helping the team. The keep is gone. You could have gone for the keep and then push towards the core, force someone back, and then use the ult. Now they're going for the only play that they have left. They're trying to backdoor. They're trying to backdoor right now, and I honestly don't understand what happened. Like, what was the thought process here? If they don't take the fight, the Haka takes the keep and pushes for core, the red team has to send someone back and they might be able to defend. But this way, it's just not happening. And as we have that fight at the bot lane play out, the red team defending all the way up on the left side, the objective is pushing together with, together with Odin and with Falstad. The Cats just defeated themselves. Great play by the Donuts, don't get me wrong. Good comeback, but the Cats just defeated themselves and the Donuts move on to the next round of the qualifier.